Naturally balancing hormones after 30. Listening to the body's quiet transformation. As an endocrinologist with over 15 years of experience, I've walked alongside thousands of patients, most of them women, on their journey to reclaiming hormonal balance after the age of 30. And there's one thing I always tell them. Your body is not betraying you. It's simply whispering that it's time to change. Turning 30 doesn't mark the end of youth or vitality, but it is a subtle turning point, a threshold where hormones begin to shift, quietly, without warning. Some begin to feel it through sleepless nights that have no clear cause. Others notice their bodies start to retain water, gain weight, or that their skin has dulled and hair is falling more than usual. Often, patients sit before me with weary eyes and confess, "Doctor, I just don't feel like myself anymore." All of these signs, more often than not, can be traced back to one core issue: hormonal imbalance. Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, names that might sound clinical and distant, are in truth your body's silent conductors, orchestrating an intricate biological symphony. When they fall out of harmony, so does everything else. But here's the good news. The human body is remarkably intelligent and capable of healing itself. When we understand it, listen to it, and choose a lifestyle aligned with its needs, we can absolutely restore hormonal balance naturally without relying on pills or synthetic hormone replacement therapies. I don't write this as someone handing out prescriptions, but as someone hoping to inspire you to care for your hormonal system as you would tend a garden, where every night of good sleep, every wholesome meal, every breath, and every feeling is a nourishing element. And if you've been asking yourself, how do I find myself again, healthy, clear-headed, light, and radiant like before? The answer isn't far away. It lies within the rhythms of your own biology, waiting to be rediscovered in the simplest of things: a morning sunbeam, a clean plate of food, or a deep night's rest. All of these are waiting for you in the chapters ahead. Let me walk with you, not just as a doctor, but as a woman who has lived this journey too. Because you deserve to live in a body that feels whole, not only hormonally, but also in understanding and self-love. Throughout many years of working with thousands of patients, I've come to realize a sad but common truth. Very few people truly understand the role hormones play in their overall health. Many come to see me exhausted by persistent symptoms: sleepless nights, dull skin, unexplained weight gain, mood swings, without ever suspecting that the root cause may lie in a silent hormonal imbalance unfolding within their bodies. Hormones, often thought of as something distant or relevant only to fertility, are in fact biochemical messengers produced by endocrine glands like the pituitary, thyroid, adrenal glands, ovaries in women, and testes in men. These messengers govern nearly every vital function, from heart rate, body temperature, emotions, and sleep cycles, to metabolism, libido, and even how youthful your skin looks or how easily you gain weight. You can think of the human body as a grand orchestra. Each hormone is an instrument. When all play in harmony, you feel healthy, clear-headed, energized, and emotionally balanced. But when just one falls out of tune, say estrogen or cortisol, the entire symphony is thrown into disarray. After the age of 30, hormonal decline begins subtly. In women, estrogen and progesterone, two of the most important female hormones, start to decrease. In men, testosterone slowly declines. This process is natural, but if unrecognized or unmanaged, it can lead to far-reaching disturbances, both physical and emotional. A woman may experience irregular menstrual cycles, increased irritability, insomnia, and a gradual loss of desire. A man may begin to feel drained of energy, less focused, gain fat around the abdomen, and grow emotionally withdrawn. Many assume it's just aging or work-related stress, not realizing that their hormones are quietly sending out distress signals. The most important takeaway I want you to hold on to from this section is not a list of complex medical terms, but a simple truth that can completely transform how you care for yourself. When you understand your hormones, you no longer fight your body. You begin to work with it. And that cooperation doesn't begin with medication or artificial intervention. It begins with awareness. When you understand that every night of deep sleep, every nutritious meal, every moment of calm is a quiet yet powerful act of healing, your body responds in kind. So don't be afraid of change. Don't rush to expensive cosmetics or quick fix diet pills. Instead, pause. Tune into your inner rhythm. You may discover that your body isn't breaking down, it's simply asking you to understand it more deeply. As an endocrinologist, I always emphasize to my patients, before turning to medication, take a good look at your plate. Because sometimes it's the food you eat every day that holds the greatest power to help your body restore hormonal balance, naturally, sustainably, and safely. Hormones don't just magically appear in the body. They are created from very specific biological building blocks: healthy fats, clean proteins, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and micronutrients. And all of these raw materials come directly from what you eat. That means nutrition doesn't just impact your waistline, skin, or energy levels. It directly affects your body's ability to produce, metabolize, and regulate hormones. A poor diet, high in sugar and processed foods, essentially starves your endocrine system, throwing its functions into disarray and leading to prolonged imbalance. So what types of food truly nourish your hormones? Let's start with healthy fats. Many people, especially women, become obsessed with low-fat diets to stay slim. But here's the truth. Hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone are all synthesized from cholesterol, a form of fat. If you starve your body of fat or only consume harmful trans fats, you deprive it of the essential materials it needs to create hormones. Healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil, avocados, flax seeds, chia seeds, almonds, and omega-3 fatty acids from salmon and sardines not only support hormone production, but also reduce inflammation, a key factor in keeping endocrine glands functioning smoothly. Next comes clean protein, especially plant-based proteins, and lean sources like fish, legumes, and eggs. Protein provides amino acids that rebuild and maintain endocrine tissues. It also helps regulate insulin and leptin, two hormones vital for metabolism and appetite control. Eating enough quality protein helps stabilize blood sugar and support hormonal harmony. Don't overlook fiber from leafy greens, oats, and whole fruits. Fiber plays a crucial role in eliminating excess estrogen through the digestive tract. When estrogen lingers in the body too long, it can disrupt menstrual cycles, cause fatigue, and even increase the risk of fibroids or perimenopausal symptoms. Equally important is what you avoid: refined sugar, heavily processed foods, excessive caffeine, and repeatedly used cooking oils. These substances promote chronic inflammation, tax the liver, which plays a vital role in hormone detoxification, and contribute to hormonal congestion. When your liver is overburdened, your hormones become clogged too. I recall a patient in her early 30s who came to see me with complaints of hair loss, persistent fatigue, and unexplained weight gain. She had already tried various supplements and hormone treatments, but nothing worked. Once we adjusted her diet, adding a tablespoon of ground flaxseed to her breakfast, replacing coffee with a warm turmeric ginger tea, and incorporating more leafy greens and fatty fish, something changed. Within just 6 weeks, her skin glowed, her mood improved, and her menstrual cycle began to return to a natural rhythm. Nutrition is not a miracle that works overnight, but it is the firm soil from which hormonal health grows. Every meal you choose today is a message to your body that says, I respect you, I'm listening to you, and I'm nourishing you with the best I can give. In countless conversations with my patients, there's one question I often ask, one that seems simple, yet frequently leaves them hesitating. When was the last time you truly felt relaxed? Sadly, most can't answer right away. They smile awkwardly and say, it's been a while, or I'm too busy, I don't have time to rest. What many don't realize is that this constant state of stress is silently and steadily damaging their hormonal system. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, a hormone produced by the adrenal glands meant to help you respond to emergencies or immediate danger. In the short term, cortisol is beneficial. It heightens alertness, sharpens your reflexes, and helps you cope with pressure. But when cortisol levels remain high over long periods, due to work stress, financial worries, unresolved emotional strain, or simply the daily wear and tear of modern life, your body enters a state of chronic alarm. And what are the consequences? Your adrenal glands, now working overtime, begin to prioritize cortisol production over reproductive hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. This imbalance can lead to irregular menstrual cycles, low libido, insomnia, mood swings, and a pervasive feeling that you're not yourself anymore. Elevated cortisol also raises blood sugar levels, contributes to belly fat, and accelerates aging. That's why managing stress is not a luxury. It's a biological necessity for hormonal health. You don't need a mountain retreat or a luxury spa to begin healing. Often the most effective tools are simple and accessible. Intentional breathing. Just 3 to 5 minutes a day of deep breathing. Inhale slowly through the nose, exhale gently through your mouth, can calm the nervous system and regulate cortisol. Gentle movement, a 15 to 20 minute daily walk, yoga, or light stretching is enough to shift your body out of fight or flight mode. Digital boundaries, reducing screen time, especially in the evening, helps your brain and hormones reset. Quiet rituals, journaling, meditation, or simply sitting in silence before bed helps transition your body into a state of rest and repair. I once treated a high-powered businesswoman who lived life in constant overdrive, always on, always performing. She suffered from severe menstrual irregularities, weight gain, and insomnia. We didn't start with hormone medications. Instead, I asked her to begin each morning with 5 minutes of conscious breathing, take a short phone-free walk, and write down 3 things she was grateful for each night. After 6 weeks, her cycle became regular, her sleep improved, and she began to feel emotionally balanced once more. The message I want to leave you with is this: no hormone can function optimally in a mind tracked by stress. You can eat well, exercise regularly, and sleep sufficiently, but if your thoughts are constantly racing, your hormonal system will remain unsettled. So pause, take a deep breath, and begin to treat relaxation as a healing prescription, not a luxury to be earned, but a fundamental foundation for a balanced body and a peaceful mind. Among all the non-medical methods for improving hormonal health, physical movement is one of the most powerful and also one of the most misunderstood. Many of my patients used to believe that in order to be healthy, they had to train hard, sweat profusely, and push their bodies to the point of exhaustion. But what they didn't realize was this: overtraining can actually disrupt hormonal balance even further instead of restoring it. You see, the human body is extremely sensitive to stress, and high-intensity, prolonged workouts without proper rest are a form of physical stress. In response, the body increases cortisol production, the stress hormone, leading to irregular menstrual cycles, breakouts, insomnia, and more abdominal fat. That's why the key isn't how long or how intensely you exercise, but how wisely and personally tailored your workout is. A scientifically balanced exercise routine encourages the release of endorphins, your natural feel-good hormones, while gently supporting the functions of the pituitary gland, thyroid, and adrenal glands without pushing them into overdrive. So what does healthy, hormone-supportive exercise look like? Frequency: 3 to 5 times per week, ideally 30 to 45 minutes per session. Types of activity: low-impact cardio like brisk walking, cycling, or swimming helps improve insulin sensitivity and cardiovascular health. Moderate strength training supports muscle tone, boosts metabolism, and stimulates growth hormone. Yoga, Pilates, and stretching enhance circulation, lower cortisol levels, and calm the nervous system. I remember treating a 35-year-old woman who was doing high-intensity interval training, HIIT, and long-distance running every morning for 90 minutes, hoping to burn fat and balance her hormones. The result? Hair loss, irregular cycles, and chronic insomnia. Once we switched to 30-minute afternoon walks and yoga twice a week, within just 2 months, her body felt lighter, her skin brightened, and her menstrual cycle returned to normal. What I want to emphasize is this: smart exercise is not about punishing your body, it's about nurturing it. You don't need to outrun anyone, nor do 300 crunches every night. What your body truly needs is consistent, mindful movement that honors its natural rhythm, grounded in awareness and self-respect. Remember, your body doesn't need pressure to transform. It needs patience, compassion, and wisdom from you. In an age where it's so easy to reach for a pill to fix every minor ailment, I often feel the need to remind my patients. Long before modern medicine existed, humans lived, healed, and found balance through herbs, the quiet, intelligent gifts of nature. And now, as we deepen our understanding of hormonal health and the complex biological systems within the human body, it's time we once again recognize herbs as powerful, gentle allies in helping to restore natural hormonal balance, safely and sustainably. Unlike pharmaceutical drugs, which often interfere directly with the body's hormonal feedback loops and may cause side effects when used long-term, natural herbs tend to work more gently and gradually, encouraging the body to self-regulate rather than replace its own hormonal functions. Here are some of the most effective herbs I often recommend, especially for women over 30. Maca root. Native to the Andes Mountains of Peru, maca is a nutrient-rich root traditionally used by local women to boost energy, libido, and reproductive health. Though maca contains no hormones, it acts on the hypothalamus and pituitary glands, the brain's hormonal command centers, helping to naturally balance estrogen and progesterone and revitalize sexual desire and vitality. Vitex. Chase treeberry. Vitex agnus castus. Vitex is known for its ability to regulate menstrual cycles, relieve PMS symptoms, and ease perimenopausal discomfort. It works by adjusting the ratio of progesterone to estrogen, helping to correct estrogen dominance, which often causes breast tenderness, hormonal acne, mood swings, and cycle irregularities. Ashwagandha. One of the cornerstone herbs in Ayurvedic medicine, ashwagandha is widely praised for its ability to lower cortisol, the stress hormone. By calming the nervous system, it indirectly supports hormonal balance, especially within the adrenal and thyroid systems. Ashwagandha also improves sleep, reduces anxiety, and supports resilience under chronic stress. Flax seeds. Rich in lignans, a plant-based form of phytoestrogens, flax seeds help balance estrogen levels, especially during perimenopause. Their high omega-3 content also reduces inflammation, supports heart health, and contributes to clearer, healthier skin. Other beneficial herbs: chia seeds, black sesame, red clover, ginseng, and dong quai, Angelica sinensis, are all time-honored botanicals used in traditional medicine to promote circulation, regulate cycles, and support liver function, which plays a crucial role in hormone detoxification. However, as a doctor, I must emphasize, herbs are not magic. They must be used mindfully and at the correct dosage, ideally under the guidance of a qualified practitioner, especially if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or have underlying conditions such as thyroid disorders, liver issues, or cardiovascular concerns. The truth is, nature doesn't rush, but it is always timely. These herbs don't override your body's natural functions, they walk beside them, like wise companions, gently encouraging balance to return. When you pair these natural supports with a balanced lifestyle, clean nutrition, restful sleep, and a heart that listens inward, you're sending a powerful message to your body. I'm not just treating symptoms, I'm healing and nurturing myself in harmony with nature.
After all the scientific explanations, practical advice, and clinical stories, what I want to leave you with isn't fear, but hope. Because hormonal balance is not a distant destination, nor is it something reserved only for those who can afford medications or expensive clinics. It is the natural result of living in harmony with your body's own biological rhythm. Every nourishing meal you choose, every night of deep sleep, every morning walk in the sunlight, every time you release stress instead of suppressing it, these are quiet but powerful medicines that support your body's healing. You don't need to become a nutritionist or a yoga guru to balance your hormones. You simply need to become a compassionate companion to your own body, observing it, listening to it, and adjusting with each stage of life. Remember, hormones don't function in isolation from the soul. A healthy body can only thrive fully when it is supported by a peaceful mind and a lifestyle rooted in self-respect and self-care. Hormonal balance isn't something you chase. It's something you create, day by day, choice by choice, breath by breath.